course, we're forced to live in the real world of things. Because we're in the real world of things, I love the aspect of fantasy, especially because with so many things happening in the real world, especially as of late, from if it's climate or it's a certain regime, whether it's here in the States or it's, in another foreign country. One of my getaways, and for millions and millions of other people, have been video games or anime or movies or even a TV show or something in that mindset that takes you to some kind of escapism. Or like Michael Jackson used to say back in the day, like a fantasyism. Like Michael Jackson used to be obsessed with Peter Pan and the whole aspect of everything that had to do with fantasy, mainly because of the fact that he was denied that as a child. But I really wanted to get on here because I said that I was going to make a vow to make more vlogging videos and just kind of also warm myself up into other videos. You got to start talking, get that motor running. Well, I'm not even so much motivating myself, but I like to get those mouth muscles working. But I just like to, get ready and stuff when it comes to vlogging. I really want vlogging to be something where I don't have to edit that often. I just get in it and get out. But when I seen this Labo thing that Nintendo made last week, it really got me to thinking about the state of video games. I had an interview like 3-4 years ago with Nintendo. I was going to be one of their reps and stuff. And I know one of the reasons that I did not get that job is because they asked what I was doing and where I see myself and stuff like that. And I was like, well, this is right when I was about to start a YouTube channel. And I was like, you know what? I do start a YouTube channel. I do have a YouTube channel in the works, and I'm about to start this. And the dude was like, oh, that's cool. The guy that was interviewing me was like, oh, that's cool. But we really don't like that because we, don't want you talking about a competitor's games and stuff like that. So I really feel that I was like one of the last people that made it through like all three of these hiring processes and stuff. But he and I talked about in this interview the state of video games, and this was still, I think 3-something years. Wii U was still, putting along and struggling along. And he was explaining how he didn't, with the state of video games and different things, and and it's the stagnation of the other systems and stuff. And video games right now, as at an all-time high, and this is one of my real things. And I know I'm should be talking about myself, but this is part of me going on with stuff because it's just external things that I see. And video games in itself have hit a new all-time high, and that's thankful to Nintendo again. Once again, something innovative has came and, blew up something again. Like, don't get me wrong, PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 4 were two, if not, especially PlayStation 2, the main companies or main systems or consoles that did it, where as far as it supplied the demand, where it had a high demand for video games as well, but it was also something we hadn't seen before. And that's why I say PlayStation 2 a little bit more than PlayStation 4, because PlayStation 4 and Xbox One and the Wii U falls into that, and the Wii, they were stagnant, where we were playing the same type of games, where even though people who love them, and I just played my first one, Assassin's Creed Origins, and I like that so much when I played it, a lot of the games were like Dark Souls 1, 2, 3, Skyrim's, a lot of Skyrim, ever since Skyrim, every game that was like that was trying to be like a Skyrim. We had some Dragon Age, even the Mass Effects fell victim to this. Well, we were playing the same type of game or the same type of thing. You have the Western exploration and you had shooters. And I felt that the PlayStation and the Xbox One, the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One didn't innovate anything as far as that. When we got the PS2 back in the day, the PS2 went from PlayStation, which was like, and it doubled what the PlayStation with the not the Dreamcast. It doubled with the 64 and what the regular PlayStation was doing. It just looked better. It didn't always run that great because the blue disc had those issues right at the beginning. But one of the things that people always failed to realize that made it revolutionize things and sell so well, even at a $300 price point back in 2000, was the fact that it had a DVD player. And I remember back in the day, Nintendo was with the GameCube and decided that they just going to make a fully, game system, which, it worked out. That was the last system we've seen really good third parties to, hopefully we get some more here, because they had some on the Wii, but once the novelty factor came, we realized that, okay, we're not going to get any, we're not going to be getting no more Call of Duties, no 2Ks, no more Maddens, because nobody's buying, nobody cares. But the whole Labo thing, I'm bringing it all the way back, where the creation of being able to hook your Switch to something and, different formats and stuff, I think it's like origami for your system. It's unique. And I see a lot of people online hating about it or pissed off about it or tripping about why this is created and stupid. It's not stupid. I mean, if you sell over 10 million units in 11 months, basically, well, because this is a long month, so it's still 10 months, and you sell so many things, why not try something different to appease to the fans who enjoy the Wiimotes or enjoy these things? I got a homeboy who doesn't do nothing but collect. He would rather collect special edition games and special edition items rather than play the game. And it's no knock to him. He plays his stuff, he does his stuff, but he collects, and that's his hobby and that's his pastime. So a lot of people are going to go out there and pick up this Nintendo Labo, and then they're going to resell it and all this other stuff. I'm not sure if I'm going to get it. If I get a chance to, I'll get it. But when I seen it, it made me not only want to do a couple topics and videos on it, but it also made me think again to the state of video games. And even though the Switch is not a new idea, this has been something that Nintendo has been playing around with the Super Game Boy, which I still have. I don't think it's behind me, but still have with the Super Game Boy. And they had that one, I forgot the name of it, where you would hook it to the Game Boy Advance games to the bottom of the GameCube. Because I remember playing some of the Yu-Gi-Oh games on that. And this, taking the best of both worlds, from the handheld to the console, and mixing and fusing those two things together and getting more third-party support than they got in this last previous two generations. And the support seems like it's going to raise, because it's not just generic, it's not just a gimmick. The whole portability is not just a gimmick. People love playing it on the go, and people love playing it at home, and that even includes some of the naysayers that said it. So it's going to be sky's the limit when it comes to what happens next. Hopefully Nintendo can sustain this, but I mean, PlayStation did the same thing. With all the recent success of PlayStation 4, I was glad that they tried virtual reality. I was really excited that they tried virtual reality. They wanted to try virtual reality, and well, they did it. It's not going on over as much as they wanted it to, but I think 2 million units or something like that is sold already. So that's still a whole hell of a lot of people who have the PlayStation unit. And I played a couple games. It takes a little some getting used to, but it's fun. I don't think it's there yet. I don't think that it's that game yet that's there. I think that it's going to be a role-playing game that's going to take it over the top. Like, say if it's a WoW or an SAO, is a Sword Art Online type game that comes on, where we're completely immersed inside of the game and can do level up and stuff. I did see some article a few weeks ago talking about like a real SAO virtual reality type thing. Now that's going to be something that's interesting. And I even reported last year it was something that allowed you to, with the VR, with the smelling and different things. If that's the case, once we're fully immersed like that, then that's a whole together different topic. But I like when big companies are able to take a little bit of something, and this is very rarely do I praise the super conglomerate companies when it comes to certain aspects, because they usually mess up in something because they get too greedy. Everybody's fell to this. But the Labo, the virtual reality, I really enjoy these different niche things that they want to do. It's because it opens up a possibility for people who like it, and it opens up a new possibility in groundwork for new things that gaming can be. And I'm really glad that gaming is finally in this form. It's finally, I couldn't get my thought. Gaming is finally arrived where people, when you say that what do you do on YouTube? Gaming, gaming. What are you, a gamer? They still have a negative stereotype about it, but it's not as much as a negative stereotype about it as it used to be back in the day. So that's what I'm happy about and excited to see. However, it's still where gaming is still not really given its due credit, but it's getting there. So I am happy to see these new niches and stuff that come out. Looks like Pokemon Go got millions upon millions. I know people who still play Pokemon Go and got millions upon millions of casual people to play the game. Now that's breaking out, and this is another point where I always say, how you gonna be a gamer and hate Nintendo? And that should be the title of this damn video. How you gonna be a gamer and hate Nintendo? Like, seriously. It innovates so much. Even PlayStation and Microsoft both know. Sega knew it. And a lot of these companies know because Nintendo continues to push the forefront of innovation. And I wanted to see Sega do something too, but I would rather see Sega become a third party or just exclusive, like a second party company like Rare was with Nintendo, and Rare is now with Microsoft. And it's like so let somebody else, even if it's Namco, Bandai Namco, let somebody else have Sonic, so we can actually get a great Sonic game, because every other Sonic game is just really lackluster. And as far as like innovative stuff, I remember what Microsoft, they disbanded the Kinect now. There's no more Kinect. They effed up on the Kinect there. But I remember it was supposed to be something like a room where the Kinect was going to be, if I find an article, I'll post it. But it was supposed to be like something with the room where you were going to be able to see all these auroras and stuff. And it was going to be almost like a room like this would be virtual reality. And it was going to be different things that were coming towards you and stuff. And then they even had was it an E3 or VidCon, one of those, where they even had like the fully immersed Minecraft maps and stuff you were able to build up. I thought that was cool. I thought that shit was real cool, but I didn't see anything else about it. It was kind of like Microsoft also, what was that? What was it? Platoon, still Battalion, where it was the huge controller, was like overly priced, but it was probably like the same thing with this. It's too overly priced for the consumer, which is one of the reasons that the VR for the PlayStation and the Oculus Rift and the Vive and everything haven't really sold as much, because there's no games, and also there's no real thing to play. I mean, there's no games, there's nothing to play, but the price point is too high. But anyway, I just want to get on here but anyway, you know what? I just wanted to get on here and talk about a few things that was bothering me. Well, not really bothering me, but just talk about something to warm myself up.